మిత్రులారా, బంధువులారా, వనక్కము, స్వాగతము. Welcome to South Asia Maps. This is an education channel. Your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy, Joggari Tirupati Reddy. మిత్రులారా, in this intellectual Kshatriyas channel, we are continuing our human ecology, human predicament series. That means essentially humans on the planet Earth. This is part 140. The title of today's presentation is Humans on the Planet Earth. There are 88.2 billion currently in 2025. Are humans on the planet Earth a pre-climax community or a climax community? Our answer will be humans on the Earth are pre-climax community, not a climax community. Their socio-political, economic, ecological niches doesn't make them the climax community. And with this presentation, you will get a totally different perspective, a perspective that is very different from the normal, outdated world socio-political paradigm. We are looking at human ecological paradigm, humans on the planet Earth. And in this series, and we are in part 140, humans, a pre-climax community on the global ecosystem, not a climax community. And other presentations I have posted, you can look all these ecological, human ecology related presentations at South Asia Maps JRD Education Channel. There are 800 presentations partitioned into 75 or so playlists. You can pick and choose your choice. South Asia Maps JRD. Excuse me. Humans on the planet Earth. Pre-climax community, not a climax community. This is the planet Earth, representing just the new world, North America, Central America, Latin America, South America. A type of humans called Homo sapiens, less resource consuming humans. Their counterparts, Homo colossus, which they span the planet Earth today. Before that, you have to have some understanding of genetic traits, and in humans we have the social behavioral traits, adaptations due to genetic adaptations. Most of the plants, animals other than humans do. We have the behavioral, socio-economic adaptations, succession, natural succession. For humans there is also social succession, behavioral succession. Humans, Homo sapiens, colossus. Here this yellow box, this box, blue, this green box represent a series. These are the organism species. We call them A, B, C, C, D, F, G, H. This is a particular series, group of organism. This is again a particular series that replaces this after certain time. In the ecological succession, it takes thousands of years perhaps. This is again a series. There are series 1, series 2, series 3. This is a Seral stages. Each sera and a stage, Seral stage. Let's say this sera will not be succeeded by any other biotic community. That sera will be called Climax community. These are the pre-climax community. This is the pre-climax community. So in the biological succession, ecological succession. So that's the overall concept you have to keep in mind. So as usual, this is the Homo colossus, Homo sapiens, less resource consuming, more resource consuming in the biological, biotic, ecological succession process. So we know what is a sera, a community, seral stages, and the final seral stage is a climax community. Climax community represents a stable, mature stage in the ecosystem. This is the ecosystem, a mature stage. That's the climax. Conceivably, organism living in habitat that reaches an equilibrium. That means their collective impact on the habitat will not change. From year to year, CL community here abbreviated, Climax community is a well-integrated community, is a self-perpetuating community. That means the most important cyclic processes, carbon fixation, carbon oxidation, and that means the removal of the resources, addition of waste products, energy, that means withdrawals, additions are constant, stable in a climax community, particular Seral stage. That means essentially energy consumption, resource consumptions are stable in the climax community. That means net losses, net gains for practical purpose zero. There may be certain changes, but we are just giving a broader idea. That means when the organisms live they have the metabolite exudates coming, biological or osmotic, most non-humans. Now humans are using the automobiles, traveling in the planes and producing the plastic waste. There are also type of metabolites coming outside this osmotic process or outside their body, in a sense, exoosmotic energy metabolism. That we can say generally societal metabolism. Take for example, United States has 340 million people or so. They use, almost everybody has an automobile. Example of energy metabolism, fossil fuel metabolism consumption is a type of societal metabolism. And these metabolites, that means the scars, they exudate the carbon dioxide, methane, and humans output the industrial waste, all these things. Several stage we discussed. Previously we talked about the wilderness is the without much human interaction is the stable several stage. Then the hunters and gatherers and subsistence farmers and farmers, industrial farmers, Homo sapiens and Homo colossus. These are the various several stages. This is the Homo sapien. This is the Homo colossus. Homo colossus is not a climax community on the planet Earth because he's every day is consuming a lot of resources, outputting, he's changing the habitat. This climatic climax is essentially pre-climax community. We cannot say he's a climax community, he's not a climax community on the planet Earth. That means today humans 8200 millions, 8.2 billions, they're living with simple ecosystems. They are living with their rice plants in millions of square kilometers, in wheat plants, potatoes, and they have the cattle, the cows, sheep and goat, poultry, turkey. This is the ecosystem they developed by after the dawn of crop domestication, animal domestication, crop husbandry, animal husbandry, round about 8000 BCE, before Common Era, round about 10,000 years back. That means 8000 before 0 and 2000 after 0, around about 10,000. Before that, there used to be wilderness. Humans were hunters and gatherers. If that situation continued, it should have been a climatic community as a member of a natural ecosystem, not a dominant person, dominant organism, the ecosystem. Though now we have the industrial farming with millions of square kilometers of the land area that has replaced the natural vegetation, several stages. We have our own communities, rice community, rice plants, corn plants, billions and billions of them. So humans with these things, ecosystem, are not a climax community, especially Homo colossus, resource consuming humans, when compared to the Homo sapiens, its interbreeding counterparts with less energy, less resource consumption. So we have been discussing this extensively. Homo sapiens, Homo colossus, normal humans, subsistence humans that lived maybe 200-300 years back before the dawn of industrial farming, industrialization. They can be a sort of climax community had they continued the same, the symbiotic relations with the nature. Now they have not. We have become the industrial society with gigantic resource consumption and waste creation. So humans currently, the one aspect to look at it, currently there are round about in 2025 1500 million or so automobiles on the planet Earth. I have given here how many automobiles in USA. 350 million people, 340 million people. You almost give one automobile to each. We can say I have around about 350 years. So I have put it in North America, including the Canada also. So you can see these are all detrivorous organisms. Detritus means dead decaying organic matter. That is the historical deposits of the organic matter, coal, now currently coal, oil, natural gas. So detritivores, they bloom when there is a resource, that is the coal, oil, natural gas. The cars are detritivores, automobiles detritivores, Homo colossals also detritivores. So they are not a climax community. Detritivores bloom, detritivores crash. This is the eruption, blooming when there is a resource. This is the crash, sudden decrease in number of an organism. That is the cars. There can be Homo colossals too. So this is just to put, according to one estimate, uh, there are 25 million lane kilometers in the United States itself. What is one lane kilometer means? Is a 1 kilometer. There are 8 lanes here for this side. For each we consider a lane kilometer like that. If you drive them, there are around about 20 million lane kilometers. We calculate uh, around the equator. That means it takes 71 years to humans to drive around the equator so many times at the rate of 1000 square kilometers or so. I have talked that extensively in other places. You can look at it. So the humans today created a temporary ecosystem by removing a competitor's natural biota, flora and fauna. Here just to represent this agriculture species, man and wheat association and man and rice symbiosis, man and corn symbiosis. Man and wheat, there are 8 billion humans live with 70 trillion wheat. Trillion means 12 zeros, billion means 9 zeros, million means 6 zeros. The rice, 8 billion humans live with 42 trillion rice plants. It's an approximation based upon the species. That can change broadly a little bit, but that's a broad approximation. So you can look at that. Essentially, that what it tells is overall the take-home message is on the planet Earth, Homo colossus compared to Homo sapiens are just a pre-climax community in the Seral stage of succession with their wheat farms, corn farm, rice farms, potatoes and cattle ranches and poultry farms and so on. They are not the climax community, mature community. That is a very serious concern. The current way of looking at the human interactions on the planet Earth, like recession, economic, the resource wars also are the symptoms, the thing that are changing, molding our living on the planet Earth. Our predicament is the human ecology. So, by looking at humans on the planet Earth, if you understand what is a pre-climax community, climax community, where resource addition, resource removal, and energy addition, energy removal are more or less stable. That is not the condition today, as we are drawing heavily on the once deposited fossil fuels, let's say 90 MBL, million barrels of oil per day, and millions of tons of the coal, natural gas, and minerals, metals, so on. That's the other aspect. So next presentation will be United States, the most powerful, prosperous economic society on the earth. Sea to shining sea. See this side, shining sea, this side, American dream, manifest destiny. Takeover is complete. The ecological perspective, we look at that in the next presentations. Mitranam, if you have any questions and comments, you can put your suggestions or comments, and if you can bring it to the notice of your friends and share the information, that will be very productive so that the ideas will percolate to other people. Thank you very much. Your presenter, Dr. J. Reddy Joggari Tirupati Reddy. See you later.